You already know the drill. We back again with another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So strap on your seatbelts, cause it's all pedal to the metal from here. And without further ado, your amazing host, Drew, Billy.
Welcome back to another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys, here with your host DB and host Trevor Dinsmore. Trevor, how are you doing on this, I don't know what it is in Pittsburgh, but dreary Thursday night?
Billy, I am your father.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Use the force. I can barely breathe in this thing.
Yeah, it's all right.
But, having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It's a good weekend whenever the NFL draft happens and Star Wars Episode 3 re-releases in theaters and tops the box office one more time. I always watch that movie. It makes me cry when Anakin turns to the dark side. But, I guess they're not going to change the film after 20 years, and George Lucas isn't going to buy back the rights to Star Wars, even though he should.
Yep.
He should. He absolutely should. But anyway, I can barely breathe in this thing.
You look good.
Thank you. How are you doing, Billy? How are you doing? Seems like we both had a pretty good weekend.
We had a good week. Storms. Again, we put on our socials. Trevor got hit. I got hit up here.
I almost got hit by a tree.
Yeah. They put that on the socials. If it came a certain way, looked from, I don't know what direction it would have been, but yeah, I mean, that came down.
Oh, yeah. Thankfully, it was blowing parallel to my house, and there's a little ravine in my back, out on my back porch there. So it just kind of fell into that ravine among the rest of its wooded family. Didn't bother me. I was just working. I looked out. I was scared for about half a second, and I'm like, oh, it's blowing that way. Then I watched it crumble for about 10 seconds, and it was gorgeous. It was absolutely beautiful. But do want to give a shout out to all the first responders and all the people that are helping out with the cleanup efforts around the Pittsburgh area. I know that was a pretty devastating storm. I saw a lot of camera footage of roofs being blown off, trees being knocked over, power lines down. So to those without power, to those still struggling to get back to normal after that devastating storm, we're praying for you, and we salute those who are helping out in the cleanup efforts.
Hell yeah. No, drove through. I didn't even know. I mean, I knew it was going to hit, but I didn't know what time. Drove through when there was a tornado watch. Left Trevor a voicemail.
The most chaotic voicemail I've ever received.
I said it was good that we did do the
Easily.
show with some other expletives, but no, yeah, I hope everybody got through it to the destruction it caused. We pray for everybody. Fiore's down there, or Fiore's Pizzeria. I saw that whole fucking roof got blown off. Pizzeria. I haven't been to that establishment, but I hope they're doing well down there. We'll get down there when they are able to construct that roof back on. But a lot of news here. We're going to be touching on the draft with Trevor here in a minute. Got some news here, but biggest news here, Brandon Beane. We don't usually see GMs lose their shit in the public eye. Yeah. Oh, what's it? What do
You got a little fiery.
you got a little.
Yeah, that's a Razor Ramon. That's the no. You got a little touchy feeling.
Oh, I mean, so yeah, less than 48 hours after the conclusion of the 2025 NFL draft, Beane was already hearing the negative responses to the class, and he and the Bills front office had just constructed on WGR 550s. I believe that's a radio station I believe in Buffalo, their station.
Correct.
If not mistaken.
Correct. Sabres have the same station, WGR 550.
Yeah, and the Jeremy and Joe show, they have him come on. But before that, I guess they were bitching about the draft class. So Beane gets on there, and this is all a quote from him. Well, you guys were bitching in 2018 about Josh Allen. You guys wanted Josh Rosen. Okay. We saw that career, how it blossomed. Now you guys are bitching that we don't have a receiver. Being elaborated, I don't get it. We just scored 30 points in a row for 8 straight games a year ago. I get you guys asking why we didn't have receivers, but I don't understand it now. This is, I feel, a good argument here, what he's saying. They're damned if they do it, and they're damned if they don't, Trevor. This fan base is very interesting. Your thoughts on this?
I really don't understand the criticism, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you made another AFC Championship game on the back of Josh Allen, and that, I will say, pretty stellar Bills offense. Honestly, the Bills, as I've said, have one of the best all-around teams in the NFL today. Offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball, special teams, all of them, they put in the work this past season. It showed, and if not for some fruity officiating, it might have been a different story for Buffalo. They might have gone on to play the Eagles, and who knows how that result is going to pan out.
Yeah.
Could be 0-5, could be 1-4 in the Super Bowl. Who knows?
Right.
But yeah, definitely out of character for a man in Brandon Beane's position to do that. But I understand why he's fired up.
Yeah.
And I will say the Bills had a pretty good draft. I thought they had a good draft.
Yeah.
If I may indulge you for a little bit, I mean, Hairston, yeah, he might be a little bit of a flyer pick. That's fine. But they got that D tackle out of South Carolina, TJ Sanders, who I really, really liked, as well as Deion Walker, another D tackle out of Kentucky, and Landon Jackson, an edge out of Arkansas. So they're getting these pretty good SEC guys that fit their system.
Yep.
Beefing up the defensive side of the ball, and you addressed a primary need in the cornerback spot.
Correct.
So what do we always say? Defense wins championships. That's what the Bills beefed up on. The offense is just fine. You got James Cook. You got Dalton Kincaid. You got Khalil Shakir. You got Keon Coleman that's coming along.
Yes.
You still have the likes of Dawson Knox, Deion Dawkins, and that stellar Bills offensive line.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand what the complaints are about here, other than, no, we don't have receivers. Well, Josh Allen can win without receivers.
Correct.
Well, if this is not having receivers, Josh Allen can win without.
And I remember us last year at this time. It was in the summertime. Stephon Diggs leaves. What the hell are they doing? I was bitching up a storm.
I will. I will raise my hand and say yes. I was very critical of them.
So even after that production, after he leaves, you're still bitching. I don't know. But I see why Brandon Beane got upset.
That's honestly the platform to do it too, is on a radio show rather than like in front of the NFL media, where it's going to be immediately on blast by everyone.
Yep.
At least, it's on a radio show. It's a little bit more subdued, and you kind of have the out that, these two knuckleheads on a radio show are just trying to piss me off and trying to aggravate.
They seem like and I don't mean to come after media here, but they seem like the John Madden, or not the John Madden. What the hell's his name?
Mark Madden.
Mark Madden. Apologies, John. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's where my mind is. God bless his soul.
Mark
Madden.
Good that you did. Good that you did that.
Yes. He literally got me into football and made me love football. That's sacrilegious. My bad. Mark Madden. They seem like that. They are the Buffalo's Mark Madden. That radio show. They go after the Sabres. Fair. They go after even the lacrosse team, the Bills, what have you.
Going after the Sabres is pretty legitimate. I get it.
Well, yeah.
Going after the Bills right now, though. Yeah,
that's what it is. You got a generational talent. But anyways, here's a generational talent people thought was going to be. Derek Carr confirmed his shoulder injury during a church LV sermon on Sunday. Goes in in more detail here. It was very confusing article, Trevor. Shout out to NFL Network, but still, Carr's comment, people think he's fabricating the story. He says he has an MRI report to prove it. Derek Carr's career in the dumps.
I don't know if it was ever outside of it.
Okay. I mean,
the guy got Devontae Adams on his roster and was still pretty mid.
Yeah.
By, of course, NFL standards. I mean, he could kick anyone's ass from here to Timbuktu, on a normal judgment. But as far as the NFL is concerned, here's the thing too: the Saints didn't really address I don't believe they addressed that position. Oh no, they did draft Tyler Shuck. That's right. They did draft Tyler Shuck out of Louisville, who he himself is of decent age for a college level quarterback. Saints are in a weird position right now. Like they're trying to compete, they just can't.
Yeah.
They don't have the complete roster to do so, and they have veterans like Cam Jordan on the defensive side of the ball where you want to maximize this guy's chances of winning a championship, but you have no roster pieces really to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, maybe Olave, Kamara, but we know what happens when all the laurels rest on a couple guys' shoulders. It usually doesn't work out too well, unless you're the Bills and Josh Allen.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
So and Derek Carr, nowhere near Josh Allen. So the Saints, I don't really feel too bad for them. They kind of put themselves in this spot, but I feel bad for Saints fans. I'll say that. I feel bad for Saints fans. And I do feel bad for Derek Carr too, losing a potentially, it was a timetable offered in the article that you read. No. So if he does, in fact, have to miss time, or even if it's severe enough that he misses the entire season, that's a guy living out his dream, losing a season to the game he loves. And no one wants to see that, no matter how in dire straits you are, or if, say, you're a Falcons fan. I don't. I would hope. I know some fans would be like, fuck him. But I'm like,
Well, and it looks like Spencer Rattler's going to be leading the charge.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, that's a disaster in itself.
Yeah.
But we'll see what the Saints do. Alvin Kamara's still a dog. Chris Olave, like Trevor alluded to, he's a good player as well. Yeah. But another organization.
Good fantasy value for those guys.
Oh yeah.
They had a lot of touches.
Yeah. Another organization that's a disaster. The Dallas Cowboys had a productive meat and potatoes type 2025 NFL draft, bulking up on the lines and adding potential pop in the backfield. When asked about the draft, Trevor, I totally forgot they acquired Jonathan Mingo. But Jerry grouped that signing into a draft pick by signing him in offseason last year. So our feelings on the Cowboys draft?
They did good. Yeah, they did good. I thought addressed a good bit of needs. Obviously didn't address depth at the wide receiver spot in a decently wide receiver heavy draft. I'm not sure why that was not the case, but that's about the only thing they didn't address. They filled in the running back spot with Jaden Blue from Texas, and I know he didn't get a lot of volume while he was at Texas, but still has projected NFL type traits and talent that he could fit in well in the Dallas system. And, he's playing on turf, so that honestly kind of helps a little bit. But yeah, I got that Tyler Booker out of Alabama. I really liked him. They needed offensive line help after Zach Martin retiring, so needed to fill in that guard position. Toss in Tyler Booker. Donovan Ezeriku. I completely butchered that name. Underrated edge out of Boston College. Again, another guy that displays NFL type traits, but might not have the college production nor face the college competition that you would want at Boston College. And then Siobhan Revel Jr. out of East Carolina. Might have drafted him a little bit early in the third round, but they weren't going to wait until the fifth round and pick him. So I can't say I blame them for potentially reaching on another, a guy with pretty good potential coming out of East Carolina. Didn't play necessarily in a lot of high leverage games, similar to, not going to say his last name, Donovan.
Yeah, I can't
talk about from Boston College, but
yeah.
And then on the back end, beefing up on the offensive tackle spots, defensive tackle spots, and they drafted another running back out of Clemson, Phil Maffa. I guess he's going to be maybe a third string or something. I haven't really heard of him.
No.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting draft. Not a super splashy draft either for the Cowboys, which is very unusual.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like the Raiders and the Cowboys had sensible drafts.
Yeah. I don't even know what their grade was, Trevor. I'm trying to.
Oh, I don't even care. I don't even care what their grade was.
They gave them an A-. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I tell you. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. And I think the Raiders got somewhere around an A or a B+ or something.
Yeah.
Those two teams having sensible drafts in the same year.
It's something.
I might want to go buy a Powerball.
Yeah.
You know what? I did stop at Sheets earlier. I should have bought a Powerball.
Right.
Problem is, I had to buy beer and liquor.
Right. No,
So-
you gotta have the essentials. But
Mhm.
I'll say, we'll see what the Cowboys do. Jerry, as he gets older, he gets more interesting as the days go. Hoochie's up in the booth with him there and making very interesting decisions. We're still waiting on Micah Parsons' contract, which I don't know when the hell that's going to get done. But if you were looking for that tonight, that's not here yet. So,
the fact that they only drafted a linebacker in the 5th round would be, I think, a good indication that that's going to get done fairly soon. I would hope.
I would hope to. Just skimming this, we're going to get into this more later in segments, but the Atlanta Falcons, Jeff Hallbrick, I believe he is the defensive coordinator, Trevor?
Defensive coordinator.
Yeah. Came over from the Jets, was an interim coach there.
Yep.
But, his son, again, just skimming this, I believe his name is Jax.
JAX.
Yeah. Contacted Deion's son, Shadur Sanders. And if you've been following with the news, if you haven't, this was probably the most polarized drop in the draft I've seen in a long time. Maybe even Rodgers, worse than Rodgers.
This eclipses Rodgers by a mile.
Yeah. I mean, it just started getting uncomfortable. Like, okay, I didn't, but just skimming it. He contacted Shadur during the draft and posed as I believe, a NFL executive or general manager, said he was drafted.
Those lines, yeah.
And it was all a hoax.
Yeah. I think I want to say, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit here, but he said something along the lines of, "Oh, we want to draft you at 9 here, but we want to take somebody else. You're going to have to wait a little bit."
The video. Go watch the video after the podcast, and as an athlete in that situation, I mean, that has to be fucking heartbreaking. Like, that's not even cool.
No,
we'll get farther into it later on. I just wanted to give him that.
Sure.
And
that wasn't the only guy he called either.
Really?
Oh yeah, he allegedly called Abdul Carter as well.
Jesus Christ.
And let me look at the article here. Let me see. I thought it said it in this article. I got to see. Maybe not in this particular article, but I know Tyler Warren was brought up, and I think Tyler Shuck as well was brought up.
Okay.
We don't, NFL and the people investigating this don't really know who all's like connected to it, but those were just some of the names that were tossed out there that might have been victim to this, and we don't even know if there was like another breach. It might have. If it was somebody else, then this number got either passed around by this Jax kid or it got breached by someone else within the NFL, in which case we would probably have some information security problems.
Well, that was going to be my question. I want to know how we got these numbers, because
right off the iPad of his dad. That's
shit.
out. Yeah, I think it was off either like some sort of device that Jeff Ulbrich had.
He's probably getting grounded.
I would be willing to bet that. Yeah.
Maybe
I think he's a college kid though. I don't know if he's going to be able to get grounded.
Credit cards getting pulled.
Maybe
there's no
more allowance.
Dieting times for Mr. Jax. Jesus.
Jax is going to be eating ramen and drinking Coke for the next 3 weeks at least.
Could you
or he might have to work off that 100K somehow that Ulbrich got fined.
I didn't want to go too far with it, but the 200,000 the Falcons fine, and then the dad. It's like, okay, and it looked like he was doing it in a dorm room, Trevor, or fraternity, something. I don't know. I was like, you got balls. I mean, okay, all right, Jax. Well, yeah, we'll get further into it later on, but another situation here that has really taken over social media, the news. North Carolina head coach Bill Belichick, who's 73. I'm going to clarify that, 73 years old.
Correct.
Did an interview with Tony Delacoupe. I might have butchered his name.
Delacupo? I don't know.
Sorry, Tony. But anyways, from CBS, interview with CBS Morning. His girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, 24, was also involved in the interview. Got very interesting there, Trevor. Skimming this as well because it's going to be in one of our segments, but feelings on this without getting into the meat of it, because I know we're probably going to later.
Well, I go back to the wise words of a once younger and much more popular and how many Grammy Award-winning artist, Yeezy, as he's known by, Kanye West. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no bro. In this case, I gotta refute that and say it seems like she's a homegirl. And she's messing with a bro.
Yeah.
Because when Bill Belichick was asked, hey, how did you two meet? And she said, oh, we're not talking about that. Basically plead the fifth on the relationship. And I'm like, wow, okay, all right. This is awkward. This is very, very awkward.
And I thought people were joking. AI, let me tell you right now, people, make sure to fact check. AI is getting insane. Someone posted a photo of them on the beach, him dressed like a fisherman and her dressed like a mermaid with a fishing pole. And I was like, no, that can't be true. I go to her social media, I go to Instagram, it's posted. I go, all right, Bill, what the fuck are we doing? Like this? There's some crossplay, 49-year difference. Good for you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Keep it young. Keep your heart young, Bill. Don't go too hard or you might have a heart attack. You get my drift.
That's how you stay young. You date 24-year-olds, I guess.
Fucked up. The whole situation. We'll get further into it. Stay along.
Belichick damn near had an AARP card when he was born. So, like, dude, come on. What are you doing here, dude? I want to feel young again. I'm like, okay, whatever. Whatever. But yeah. And anyway, side note, that interview was to promote Bill Belichick's upcoming biography, The Art of Winning, Lessons from My Life in Football. And keyword, lessons from my life in football, not lessons in my life with Jordan Hudson. I kind of wish that was part of the biography, and maybe it's in a subchapter, or maybe it's in, I don't know, the postmortem, or the, I don't know, what do you, epilogue? Maybe there's an epilogue. I don't think autobiographies generally have epilogues, but maybe they just tossed an epilogue, or maybe there was a foreword written by Jordan Hudson. If she could write, I don't know. I know she can model. I don't know if she can write.
But whole situation is just unnerving.
Creepy. Yeah, I'm trying to imagine my grandfather dating like a 30-year-old.
Well, and this is how fucked up I am. If I was this kid, hey, listen, your gravy boat's going to her. That's what I don't know what the setup is.
Is he? Well, obviously, yeah. Well, I mean, Steve. Who else? Who else does he have?
I think he has a younger kid, I believe.
Steve. I guess there's a Brian and there's an Amanda. So he has 3 kids, all of which are, I believe, older than Miss Hudson.
I don't know if the will's getting redone or you're getting married, or if they get married. Gravy train's going out.
Steve, I know you're like 40, but here's your mom. She's 25.
And he's older than her. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
No, Steve's like 38. 38, 40 years old, somewhere in there.
I'm gonna have to shower after this episode. Jesus, you just feel dirty when you really dig into it. But anyways, good on you, Bill. Always, you were blowing our fucking minds when you were on the sidelines, and you're still doing it as a fucking North Carolina's coach with your 24-year-old girlfriend. But keeping it moving here.
And that's not the only thing he's blowing.
We might see him in a Viagra commercial with Jordan, but keeping it moving here. George
That'd be
Kittle.
awesome. That'd be awesome. Writes itself.
There's an
Writes
NIL
itself.
deal. Anyways,
Mhm.
yeah. George Kittle has extended his stay in the Bay again. The 49ers are signing Kittle to a 4-year, $76.4 million contract extension. That includes $40 million guaranteed. Now that surpasses, and I think they did this on purpose, by 0.1 in comparison to Trey McBride's contract to take the highest paid tight end position. How do we feel about this? I feel George is important to that organization, the community, and also the team, Trevor.
Well said. Well said. On top of being an all-world tight end and an all-world human being, it seems like. And of course, I admire him for being a big wrestling fan.
Yes.
Very involved. I know now he's going to be playing football for 4 more years, but if and when he gets involved in the WWE, please sign me up.
Yes.
We'll be watching. But I mean, locking down a guy that's been a staple of your franchise for going on a decade now makes all the sense in the world. And yeah, agents are going to do that now. If you're an all-world tight end, if you're an all-world at any position, you're going to want a step up. You're going to want to be the highest paid tight end. You're going to want to be the highest paid receiver. You're going to want to be the highest paid quarterback.
Yep.
So on and so on and so on. And we knew that John Lynch was willing to break the bank with this one.
Yeah.
Makes absolutely all the sense in the world.
Yep. Yeah. Important to the organization, like we said. I wasn't shocked by the deal. Now we're just waiting for Mr. Purdy's deal, which I don't know what that's going to be. Just wanted to touch on this. Do we have anything with Jordan Travis later on?
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to extend a shout out to him. And I know he suffered that leg injury a while back. Unfortunately, he stated the rehab process is not going as planned, and he has to retire from the game that he's loved for long ass time since he was probably a little boy. So did want to express my sorrow for that. My heart breaks for that when an athlete can't retire on their own terms, which unfortunately is a lot of athletes and is definitely the case with Mr. Travis. So, but yeah. I hope whatever he does in the future, I hope he finds, I know probably not going to be as fulfilling as football. Football is, to me, the potentially the most fulfilling career you can have as an athlete, but I hope he does find some sort of silver lining in this situation and is able to adjust to life without football and make a difference in his own life and others' lives, and accomplish his life goals rather than his, I guess, his professional ones now.
What up, Dustin? Anyways, had a stellar career at Florida State, Trevor. I felt, looking back at his stats and some highlights, gruesome leg injury at Florida State. Did get a little snippet of his, I guess, statement regarding his retirement. Just read this off real quick. On November 18th, 2023, my life took an unexpected turn. Travis said in a statement via the team, I gave everything I had to the rehab process, but despite all my efforts, my leg never responded the way we hoped. After much prayer and consultation with doctors, medical experts, and my agent, I have been medically advised to retire from the game I love so deeply. I think what's disheartening is he didn't go out on his own terms.
Yes.
I think, and I hope, like we saw with Ryan Shazier, I hope he finds some love in something else, maybe coaching. Hell, you could still train players, just, probably not able to really get into it with them. But I see him having a career in the NFL or in football in some aspect. I hope.
If he wants to stick with the game, yes. But whatever he does, obviously wish him all the best. Like I said, it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking when an athlete athlete suffers that sort of injury, obviously has that gruesome of an event happen on live national television in front of the whole world, and that's the cause of him losing the thing that he's loved for a long time. Long time.
And to the hobbyists out there as well, saw a lot of hate, and I have to say this, Trevor, because it drives me nuts.
Please.
To the collectors of his cards, listen, we don't need to go on social media, attack the guy because you invested in him, whatever. Listen, this is a life event for this young man. I'm sorry you lost whatever dollar amount. It doesn't compare to this poor kid's dream. Like,
this kid lost his dream. You lost $50. Like, shut the hell up.
Like, I'm seeing that all over. I don't know
Stay
if you have.
off the internet, but for Christ's sake.
It's stupid. So shame on everybody out there that's doing that, because Jesus, the kid's going through a hell of a life event here. He could give a fuck what you lost on cardboard. It's cardboard. But anyways, switching over to Trevor's news and segments. Hell
of a transition. Yeah.
I just had to say that. It drove me nuts.
You had a little grievance you had to get out. That's no problem.
Yeah.
No problem at all. That's why we have this platform. We need to air some things out sometimes.
Yeah.
And need to address things that need addressing.
Yes. Yep.
So, but segueing from that into our Buckle Up with the Boys official draft review. And no, we're not doing the grades that the likes of NFL and ESPN and Fox Sports and all those guys, and Mel Kiper and Daniel Jeremiah. Love Daniel Jeremiah, but mostly throwing shade at Mel Kiper here. The guy that eats like 3 pumpkin pies a week. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. That man needs to be locked up in an insane asylum somewhere. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I just came up with a list of topics that we're going to discuss here, and there you go. There you go.
Just type it in real quick.
Yeah. Nice and easy. So we're going to run down, what do I got here? I think it's seven bullet points. We're just going to go back and forth on these specific topics.
Yeah.
First one I want to talk about is other than Shador falling, to the 6th round, whatever he fell to. Other than that, your story of the night. What was the headline that grabbed your attention and that you want to dispel to our viewers here?
I'd say the Giants moving up for Jackson Dart.
Okay.
That reaction, if you didn't watch it or you haven't got to watch it yet, draft night, our reaction, okay. Wasn't anticipating that at all.
No.
They did that, though.
Very stunned.
Yeah, so I'd say that was a hell of a move. 2 first-round picks for him. Okay.
Yeah, Joe Schoen making some moves.
And finally.
Maybe he felt a little desperate to save his job and his franchise.
Something. Yeah.
I'm going to toss one out of left field here, because I think this is relatively significant to something going on outside of football that we discussed a while ago but haven't really discussed in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore took a place kicker in the 6th round out of Arizona, Mr. Tyler Loop.
Did see that.
And I think that is going to spell the end of Justin Tucker's time in Baltimore.
And that kind of just went out the news headlines there. I wouldn't be surprised by it. I think he's a safety net in case shit hits the fan.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I know Baltimore had, I don't know, they had a shit ton of draft picks, like 10 or 12. I think they had the most draft picks in this year's draft. And they used one of them on a place kicker in the 6th round.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's interesting. You have a kicker. You have potentially the best kicker of all time.
Correct.
But this off the field stuff, I'm going to throw something wild at you. What if Justin Tucker is somehow he leaves the Ravens, whether he's traded, whether he's just released or cut, whatever. And then later on down the line, we get a Trevor Ariza situation where he's like acquitted of everything. And there's like no evidence of his misdoings or anything along those lines. Again, not saying that that's going to happen and not discrediting the evidence that's already out there. But it's not sufficient to like render a punishment to him. And then he goes to, of all teams, the same team that picked up Ariza, Chiefs.
Ooh. Shame on me. I was thinking the Raiders.
The Raiders. They got Carlson, dude. They're good.
He's shaky a little.
I know he was. Yeah. He was. He had a Boswell season.
I'm trying to think.
Boswell had the bum ankle.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to think of. I wouldn't be shocked by it if that happened. I would love to see that happen. The Ravens. I just don't know. Yeah, it's literally died. I don't know if this is just internal news now.
Yeah,
but we're not getting anything on this, Trevor.
Right.
Hell,
I know.
We talked about it in February, early March. And then since then, we haven't got any more numbers or poor victims out there that have suffered at his hands. So,
yeah,
I don't know. But I wouldn't be shocked.
Well, I mean, that scenario does involve somehow Harrison Butker being off of the Chiefs, which is, could be a stretch.
Well, he's controversial on his own right, but
that's what I mean. What controversy do you want? Do you want the stuff that's in the past, or do you want the stuff that's kind of ongoing with Butker? And, he's doing the same old thing, I would imagine, that he does in his personal life, and people are going to constantly criticize that.
Oh yeah,
sometimes unjustifiably so, but
yeah. I could just see them sign him to do kickoffs and then maybe have Butker just kick field goals, what have you. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see. But no, that's good shit. That's a good take. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Just plant that seed, I guess.
Yeah.
Most surprising move of the draft. Topic I want to talk about next. This could be a trade. This could be a draft pick. Could be the hairstyle choices of Mel Kiper, if you want that.
Oh, Jesus. Guy doesn't gray just for men, like we talked about.
He had more gray 2 years ago than he did the other night.
I am shocked by
last week.
The Steelers taking Will Howard.
Oh, really?
Very shocked by that. Was happy as shit. I just thought we were going to go through it and bank on, hey, this is just no hope in Mike Tomlin right now, Trevor, just with how things are playing out at the quarterback position. I thought we'd ride this out, wait for Rodgers to get fucked over, and Mason Rudolph plays for us. Well,
I mean, we only have one quarterback on the roster.
Skylar Thompson.
Oh,
yeah. Hell of a signing.
That's right. He is officially a Steeler, isn't he? I keep forgetting that.
You want to forget it. I
do. I absolutely do.
But I just was shocked they took him.
Yeah.
And I was shocked he was still there in the 6th round.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for the kid. And then I know Steel Pod has put a lot out here on this, but if you haven't watched John Gruden's meeting with him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited watching that.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I like you, Will. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, he's like, you and Josh Allen, you're both 6'4", you're both 235 pounds or whatever they weigh.
Yeah.
Do you think you can end up like Josh Allen? He's like, oh, I sure hope so.
Well, even him doing the plays, because I think there was a question with his audibles or what have you.
Snap count or something. Yeah.
He did pretty goddamn well on the fly, just being shown that shit.
No, he's gotten up here. That's for sure. Yeah.
No, that's the one I'm excited about and shocked by.
Yeah. Good one.
Mm-hmm.
This one might be low-hanging fruit. It was the first big move of the draft. First trade of the draft happened on the 2nd overall pick. For Christ's sake. Yep. The Browns receiving a package entailing the number 5 pick, a 2nd round pick, a 4th round pick, and a 2026 1st round pick from the Jaguars, in exchange for some picks on their end, the Jaguars got the number 2 pick selected, Travis Hunter. That was, I mean, you can go back and watch my reaction. That was very shocking. I thought, Travis Hunter was a lock to the Browns, or either that, or I thought they might go Abdul. Last thing I thought they would do is trade out and then go with Mason Graham at 5, which, again, once they said, "Oh, Mason Graham, 5th overall pick," I'm like, look out for that. Look out for that defensive line. That's going to be the Browns are going to lose games 9-7. It's going to be absolutely hilarious watching them play balls to the walls defense and then just being able to do absolutely nothing with that QB room and the weapons that they have. But still, Browns had a interesting draft, and it started out on day 1, like 10 minutes into the thing. So
they're a fucking dumpster fire. Well, I know we're going to get into it.
Sure. Definitely. We're definitely going to. Yeah.
Like,
this isn't the last we're talking about the Browns tonight.
Did he put it on auto sim on a Madden draft, Madden 25 draft, like for franchise mode? That's what it seemed like towards the end here. It was like, okay, now we're just
best available. Who cares? We have a shit ton of holes. Let's get the best. Get the best one.
Throwing shit at the wall and seeing if it sticks. That's all they're doing.
I will say, though, they did make a couple good picks. They got Judkins from Ohio State and Dylan Sampson with the 2nd and 4th round picks they received from the Jags, respectively. So, got a pretty good haul for it. And the picks that they made subsequently made sense. It's just when we got to late day 2 and day 3 that things kind of went off the rails again for them. But we'll get into that.
We're doing too good. We need to fuck this up. That's what I.
That's the Browns. That's the Browns. That is the Browns. Absolutely. Next topic, I wanted to discuss team that had the best draft.
Okay, I'm not going to be biased. I have 2 teams start here.
Okay.
I have the Pittsburgh Steelers, received one of the higher grades.
They did.
And the New York Giants.
Okay. Explain.
Giants, Abdul Carter. I mean, what the hell are we even talking? They got Jackson Dart, kind of figure out what's going on with the quarterback. And then, I mean, it's Cam Scatterbo. We love him. We talked about it.
They did draft a lot of guys that I love.
Yeah.
And
then they got a tight end, Thomas Fedoni, I believe, the 2nd. Fedone.
Fedone.
Darius Alexander, another defensive tackle to help out with what the hell's his name? Dexter Lawrence. And
they still got Thibodeau there too. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good D line there.
Kayvon. And then the Steelers, we talked about it on draft night. Aging. We got Keanu Ben, but Cam Hayward's aging. Get Derek Harmon in there. And I don't know if we were talking about it at all later on. But that roller coaster this young man had that night, I was talked about. I appreciate Art putting out that statement. What a kick in the nuts. Greatest day of your life, but also the worst day. And then Caleb,
I will say, little silver lining to the cloud is that his mom did get to see him get drafted and live out his dream.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously not to the fullest extent, but at least she saw him get drafted. He saw him realize what he had worked so hard for throughout his high school and collegiate career.
I'm trying not to get choked up. I mean,
knowing him and knowing the way they do things down at Oregon, Harmon's definitely got a good head on his shoulders.
Oh yeah,
like that's a lot of heartbreaking stuff over this week, and that was right up there. That was
she. So I believe she had a stroke, Trevor, if I'm not mistaken. And
I believe you're correct. I'll verify that.
Yeah,
Go
and I
ahead.
believe she's been in a vegetable state.
Vegetative.
Vegetated. Vegetated. Sorry.
Vegetative. She's not a vegetable.
Yeah, sorry.
Vegetative.
Vegetative. Got it.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry. Vegetative state since 2022.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For him to keep competing how he did at Oregon, if you watch the highlights, I saw him against Penn State, to still be able to compete at that level and then get to this night through all that heartache, that's adversity that I don't think a lot of human beings face in their life. So for him to get to this point, I'm very excited to have him in a Steelers uniform.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And the statements that the Steelers organization put out there as well, very thoughtful, very sensitive. And yeah, all the credit in the world to Harmon for fighting through that and now doing it in honor of his late mother. So
yeah,
wish him all the best. Wish him and his family and his friends, everybody that was affected by this passing. Thoughts and prayers, obviously, and hope for a brighter tomorrow, and hope that his mother is gone but not forgotten.
Yeah. But yeah, and then it's hard to transition from that.
Yeah, we got a few of those topics tonight, but that's okay.
Caleb Johnson, round 3. Jack Sawyer. I hope I'm not saying his name. Is it Yahya Black?
Yeah,
Or,
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, Yaha
Black from Iowa. And then, I just all around, and then Will Howard, Carson Bruner, and Dante Kent. I thought it was an overall Steeler nest kind of draft. We got the needs that we needed, and overall, I thought it was a good draft. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for the long-winded answer there. I just
no, you're good.
Yeah.
I said explain. You explain.
Yeah.
And then we got into the Derek Harmon thing, which obviously we needed to address, and I'm glad we did that.
Yes.
You're gonna hate me for this.
Yeah.
But a team, and I know I say I don't really trust the grades that much, but one of the highest graded drafts pretty much all across the board. And again, the team that had, I think it was the most picks in this year's draft, maybe other than the Bills or somebody. I can't remember, but I know the Ravens, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, geez. They had 5 6th-round picks, and then their regular 1 through 7 as well. So, and not only that, they drafted pretty much all of their needs and got good value positions all across the board. So my selection for the team that had the best draft is the Baltimore Ravens.
They did have a good draft.
Yeah, they had an excellent draft. I think they got pretty much A's, A minuses, A pluses, all across the board. First getting Malachi Starks out of Georgia, a safety. They got a safety first round. Typical Baltimore, right? You got to have a safety. And then Mike Green, who I had mocked in the first round, he fell to the late second round to them. Excellent value pick there.
Yep.
Emory Jones, a tackle out of LSU, protecting the likes of Nussmeier down there. And then in an Alabama A&M boy and Carson Vincent at the offensive tackle spot. Pretty good there. I mentioned Tyler Loop, the place kicker. And then a few other folks. LeJonte Wessler, the wide receiver out of Colorado, beefing up their receiving core. And then another quarterback. And I mentioned his name. I mentioned it as a name. I didn't think he was going to get drafted, but Robert Longerbeam.
Oh, yes.
Robert Longerbeam?
Yep.
Went to
Mr.
the
Longerbeam.
So, little sentimental. I never thought I'd have sentiment for the Ravens, but here I am. It's Longerbeam. Longerbeam is on the Ravens. Like, I love that. I love that the Ravens did that. And classic John Harbaugh, just drafting to his style, drafting to what the Ravens needed, basically filling all of the holes that they had, and making the most of what I believe was the most picks in this year's draft. So,
yeah,
Baltimore Ravens.
Hit him to the bone. But
correct.
I will say this: I do respect John. Hold on, I'm getting a pain in my chest. I do respect his.
You can't get the words out.
I do respect. Get through it, Drew. Jesus. I do respect he sticks to his guns. If he likes
Yes.
a player that fits his style, they get
Correct.
him. So I will say that. Like Lamar even fell and still drafted him. So I that's what I do appreciate about him. If you like somebody, they go and get him. So Longer Beam, we wish you luck. I cannot wait to see that on the back of a jersey. That's
That's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. I hope he makes it above the. I hope he makes I hope he makes the dressing squad. That's what I hope. Because I want to see Longer Beam on television.
Yep.
That's what I want to see.
Yep.
Never thought I'd catch myself saying that on the internet, but here we are.
Yeah.
And just for reference, the Ravens, they had 11 picks. The Niners also had 11 picks. So both of those teams collecting the most picks in this year's draft.
Yep.
Team that had the worst draft, in your opinion?
Oh, God, I had them marked. Shit. Where the hell was it, Trevor? Hold on here. Who was yours? Just while I'm...
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine was the Miami Dolphins.
They were
Mine was the Miami Dolphins. Yeah. Yep. I was going to say the Browns, but they actually had a good front half, so it was kind of a middling draft for them. But as far as the Dolphins go, I got a few of their needs, but largely on the back end, and really took some flyers. That Kenneth Grant out of Michigan, I thought was a very interesting pick when they needed more offensive line help to protect Tua, and you had a bunch of guys still available at that point. I didn't really like that. I mean, not only that, they drafted another defensive tackle in the 5th round, Jordan Phillips out of Maryland. So they doubled down on a position that they didn't really need too bad. Thought that was very interesting. Jonah Saviana out of Arizona. I didn't have him highly graded as a prospect. And late in the draft, they took they took some flyers late in the draft, Ollie Gordon and Quinn Ewers, who might not see the field at all in NFL uniform. So, I mean, of course, I could be all wrong about it. Anyone could, but they just, to me, that just seemed like the weakest draft class of all. I mean, it wasn't helped by the fact that they only had one day 1 pick and then 1 day 2 pick.
Mm-hmm.
So they did, lose out on drafting some stars in the 3rd and 4th round. But, I mean, all around, they I don't know. I think they fumbled the bag on this year's draft.
I'm going to say the Saints.
Saints. Okay.
The reason I know they need that offensive tackle, and we talked about him, Calvin Banks.
That was probably their best pick in terms of value.
Value-wise, and then you go with Tyler Shaw. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Chuck
from Louisville. If we got their car on the bench here, I'm just concerned with the quarterback position. Like we already talked about.
You're gonna have Rattler and Chuck.
And I don't know. I got to look more into this Shuck guy. Is he pro ready? Because rather, we've seen you and me could go out there, Trevor. I mean, fuck. No offense to him.
Couldn't. No, we
Right.
couldn't.
Right.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But no, Shuck has a pro-ready build. It's just a matter of if the skill set and the mentals are there. I think, what is he, 6'4", 6'5", 219. So big, tall guy can throw over the line like you would expect, but just not eye-popping numbers and not eye-popping measurables either for an NFL quarterback, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and they got a B- in that, I believe, from my calculations on here, from Kuiper Sport as well, and forget who else I pulled from.
I don't trust Kuiper.
No, and that's why I got like 2 other ones, and kind of just combinated them. But I mean,
wait, say that word again. Combinated.
Yeah, combinated. Is that
Combined.
a word? Combined. Listen, I'm not good at the English language.
It's Thursday. You're all thrown off. Like
combined.
The verbiage just isn't there. Is this what happens later in the week? Your verbiage just goes to shit?
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to hold on to that Harbin. It wasn't
Combinated.
yeah.
Combinated. I'm going to remember that one. Combinated.
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 I'll say, yeah, they had one of the lower grades, and I love dishing it out on the Saints because Dennis Allen, I'm still holding on to that.
No, I get it.
Drug that out.
Long time.
Yeah, we're good there. All right, next one.
I believe you had them getting 3 wins last year, which they got more than that, but not by much.
Could have went out the midfield and flashed the whole crowd with sass, and he still wouldn't have got fired. But then they didn't, so whatever.
Yeah, they did. Eventually, they got there. No worries.
Jesus.
No worries.
Mediocre.
Team that had a sneaky good draft.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Not even looking at the picks right now. They always seem to draft Xavier Worthy. Oh, okay, he's just a speedster. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, the guy ends up scoring 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. That's on me. I fucked up.
Just because why not? Yep, my bad. I doubted you, Andy Reid. I apologize.
I just let me get up to their picks here, but they just always find a way to draft guys, and Andy's just good at looking at talent and fitting needs. They might not look good on paper all the time to you and me and all the other guys, but somehow it works out. I don't know how the hell he does it.
I mean, they got Josh Simmons right out of the gate. I had him as a top 15. It might even been a top 10 pick at one point.
Yep.
Norman Lott out of Tennessee, big defensive tackle. Ashton Gillott, I guess how you say that, Gillott, an edge out of Louisville. Noah Williams, a cornerback out of California. And they got another receiver, a linebacker, and another running back. Did fill a lot of holes here, and I don't know. To me, it seems like they reach for these guys, but like you said, they usually just find spots for them, and they do well anyway. They thrive in whatever role that they're put in.
Yeah.
And of course, got the offensive line help that was sorely needed right out of the gate. Drafted that right away. Away. Thank Christ, because they needed that in the worst way possible. Yeah, I believe even traded back for that too. Yeah, made that trade with Philly.
Yep.
So no, good for them. Yeah. And I don't know if this was sneaky good, but I just want to point this out because this team normally drafts erratically under their previous ownership. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah. But they really had a solid, sensible draft this year. As I said earlier in the show, that's the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
That is the Las Vegas Raiders. Just right out of the gate with the best graded prospect in this year's draft, a dire need, Ashton Genty. They make the common sense pick. Right out of the gate. And then I'm like, okay, we're off and running here. Tom Brady's running the show. And then he just hits and hits and hits and hits. He gets Jack Beck, Darian Porter, Caleb Rogers, Charles Grant, Dante Thornton. He got three wide receivers in this year's draft. You want to talk about bolstering the room?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
3 receivers, 1 from Montana State, 1 out of Tennessee, then Jack Beck out of TCU, who I think is a decently underrated prospect. Got him at good value, the 26th pick in the 2nd round. Mm-hmm. And filled out the offensive tackle spots with Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant. Filled out the defensive tackle spots with J.J. Pagayas and Tonka Hemingway. Love that name, by the way. Tonka.
Oh, yeah.
Like the truck, Tonka Hemingway. That's amazing. It's amazing. And just for shits and giggles, drafted a quarterback out of North Dakota State.
Yep.
Because why not? Didn't address all of the needs that they had, but again, it really, really got good value and made common sense picks for what they needed to fill the room with. They know where they are in terms of the state of the organization, very self-aware of it. Brady just puts on his GM. Well, he's not the GM, but he figuratively put on a GM cap and said, here's where we are as an organization. We're rebuilding. Let's fill the holes here. Let's get the best available guy at each need that we have.
Yep.
Done and done. The Raiders don't normally do that. They go for splash. They reach a little bit.
Ooh.
They didn't really do that this year.
No.
They had a good draft. They had a very good draft.
Yep. Yeah. No. And it helps that they had 3 third-round picks too, Trevor, and then also 3 sixth-round picks. Jesus.
Right. Yeah, made the most of them.
Yeah, they did.
Most of them. Yeah.
Yes, they did. No. Yeah, that was a good one though. Yeah. Genty was the most exciting pick of the draft, I thought, but our reaction wise. But yeah.
Amen. And then most overrated draft. Team that had the most overrated.
Some reason I'm getting drawn to the Jaguars. And what I mean by that, they got Travis.
Yeah.
Kind of after that.
Meh.
Good picks,
right?
but yeah, they just
meh.
If you
that's kind of how I felt. Yeah. No, I got you.
You look at the Raiders, you look at the Steelers, Giants, hell, Chiefs. Fuck, I can keep going down the line. Patriots, what have you. You look at this, it's Travis Hunter's splash. Okay, just kind of bleh. Filling needs, but I didn't really get excited over it, these other players. I don't know why I didn't. A lot of the names I recognize.
They didn't get a D tackle. Like, they're not going to have a defensive line.
Yeah. Got two linebackers.
I don't understand. Yeah. They got two linebackers, but no D tackle. I don't understand that.
I did not realize that until you said that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
On top of that, well, I mean, I guess you have Travis Hunter's going to play both ways. They needed receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't get any other. They didn't get officially, according to the list that I'm looking at on ESPN, they didn't get any receiver.
No receivers.
Are they going to trade for one? Are they going to go out and get some bargain brand free agent? I don't know what they're going to do with their receiver room. Because right now, if give me a second to pull up their receiver room, I know it's not looking great for that depth chart right now. Well, I guess, I mean, you got the standout Brian Thomas.
Yep.
De'Ami Brown's right behind him, and then Travis Hunter's right behind him. And he's potentially a part-time receiver. He's your third receiver listed right now.
So, thing I saw today, Amari Cooper might be leaving the Bills. Jaguars could be a landing spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see, though.
That makes sense.
I hope.
That makes sense to me. I mean,
gotta do something.
Yeah. Hey, do the Bills go ask Taylor? Do the Bills want Pickens? We'll trade you. They want him?
Yeah,
no, they don't. They probably don't. They don't want another number 14. That's a headache.
There is a positive light, and I don't mean to tangent too far from. But he did just build a homeless shelter for youth. Spent like $2 million. I don't know where the location is, so I hope he's fucking trying to be good. We'll see.
Oh, Pickens did that?
Yeah, Pickens.
Okay, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, I don't know where it was though. And again, I got to confirm that I didn't go down the rabbit hole. I hope someone didn't just make that up and post that somewhere. Jesus. But I did see. I think it was from a credible source.
Okay.
Bleacher Report or what have you. I'll have to look. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if it's from Bleacher Report, yeah, that's pretty good.
We'll have to see. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. Mine was the Cleveland Browns.
Oh.
Most overrated draft, which Kuiper gave them an A+. I don't know how the hell they got an A+. And like I said, the Browns in the first half of the draft, pretty sensible. Drafting according to their needs, trading back, getting some more value out of their picks. Unexpectedly so, but definitely doing that. Let me go back to their draft board here so I can kind of list them off. Kind of maybe should have taken notes, but it is what it is.
That's
I got that Schweisinger out of UCLA, that linebacker in the early second round. Like I said, they got Judkins and Dylan Sampson, but other than that, like Harold Fannin, a tight end, you have Njoku. I don't understand that. And taking two quarterbacks when you already have three in the room. I don't get that at all. On top of that, taking Dylan Gabriel before you take Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
I thought Gabriel wasn't going to be drafted. He goes in the third round. Like, what the hell are we doing here? You're wasting third-round picks.
And I know we're touching on them in, I think, other segments, debate time, what have you. I'll just say this. You got, I believe, Flacco.
Yep. Oh, you want me to list them off? You got Flacco.
Yep,
You got Pickett. You got now Gabriel and Sanders.
And
Deshaun. Yeah. So you got 5 in that room. I know one of them's out for the entire season, so you got 4, but still,
Yeah.
you got one that you got to cut from the roster. So it's either going to be Joe Flacco, who you just signed, or it's going to be one of the rookies that you just drafted.
Yeah. It's a fucking
One
mess.
of them's not making the roster.
Yeah.
I think you can only carry 3. So
Yeah. It's a mess. It's a mess. And that's what we expect from the dog pound every year. And that's why we love them.
Again, not saying it was a bad draft necessarily, but an A+ from Mel Kiper? No. Just no. He is off his pumpkin pie ass.
Yeah.
God, maybe I should eat pumpkin pie for every breakfast. Maybe I'll be that delusional and think I'll win the lottery or some shit.
Jesus.
Off the wall.
Yeah.
Off the wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, last topic. Steelers pick you are most excited about.
I'd say Harmon's there because of the story, but I'd say,
Yes.
like you alluded to, Caleb Johnson. We need a running back.
Correct.
To help
Correct.
with the workload with Jalen Warren. But I'm just fucking, I like Howard. I don't know why. I just.
Okay.
And
Are you
here we
gonna
go
get his
again.
jersey too?
Well, here we go again on this path. He plays like Ben a little bit.
Yeah.
Built like Ben, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking go down this hole with him.
Yeah.
But I like Caleb
I mean-
Johnson and Harmon.
Oh, officially it's Caleb Johnson and Harmon?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you one answer, and that's Caleb Johnson. Bowling ball of a running back, my friend. 6'1", 224. Big dude. Big dude at the running back spot. And had a tremendous senior year while at Iowa. 1,537 rushing yards, 1,725 total scrimmage yards, had 23 total touchdowns in his not his senior year, his junior year, 32 total touchdowns while he was at Iowa, 30 of those rushing, and just about 3,000 rushing yards in 3 seasons.
Yeah. Damn good.
So has the stats, has the build, has the skills, and I think he's going to be a nice It's going to be a nice 1-2 punch with him and Warren in the backfield. Those two are very, very similar in their styles of play. Both can, catch the ball in the backfield a little bit. Both resist contact, never stop driving their legs. It's going to be a fun rushing game for the Steelers, I would think. And we're going to be rushing the ball a lot.
Yep.
A lot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot. A lot. I know
Yeah.
I said that like 4 times, but a lot.
Yeah.
Be doing that a lot.
And I just thought, too, in the 4th round, Jack Sawyer. I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
That one was the most okay. Cool.
Drafted him
Good
to
leader,
switch
good
out.
locker room guy. Obviously made splash plays when he was at Ohio State. But
You think
I don't know.
buffer for Highsmith and Teach when they need a break?
I guess.
That's the only
I
thing
guess.
that made sense
Yeah.
to me. I mean, he's
I
not
was-
replacing
I was a
anybody.
I was a little taken aback by that one. I'm like,
Okay.
we got Highsmith and TJ, and then we also got Herbig too. So I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. Maybe we'll throw him in the middle.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll just toss him in a nickel defensive set because he's known for, big plays in the pass game.
Picking off and disruptor. Yep. Yeah. Good shit, Trevor. Good shit.
Cool. All right. Well, that concludes our Buckle Up with the Boys draft review. We're going to transition segments here into what's more likely.
Hell yeah. What's more likely with Trevor?
There you go. There you go. I need some gumption. I need some gumption in that voice, though. You know?
I gotcha.
Yeah, I need some energy.
I'll give it.
Yeah,
What's the next one here? We got, I think.
Eat or no eat is after this.
Oh, I'll give you something there. Mhm.
Okay. I was gonna say I either need the energy or I need just like you talk quiet so there's intrigue. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
Dramatic effect. You know.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
Yeah.
Anyway, talking basketball here real quick. More likely team to come back from their 3-2 series deficit. The Clippers or the Rockets. Clippers are down 3-2 to the Nuggets, and they play at home tonight. And the Rockets are down 3-2 to the Warriors. They play at home tomorrow. No, excuse me. They play on the road tomorrow.
I just believe in the Rockets more.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
I just don't like the Clippers.
I mean, I don't like the Clippers.
Whatever. It's stale. I like the Rockets to youth. I like that. I like it. I don't know how else to explain. I watched some highlights. I'm like, oh, okay. See some potential here. Just need to get their ass in gear a little bit. Clippers.
Yeah, that what's that Sagan?
Yeah, Sagan.
Sagan. He's averaging. Let me see here. Averaging 19, 10, and 5 in these playoffs so far.
Yeah, he's good.
Making a pretty big impact. And you know, it just seems like a team effort from the Rockets' point of view. Whereas Warriors are, I know, yes, they're relying on Steph and Draymond, but also on playoff Jimmy.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be the one that puts the Rockets away tomorrow night. I got the Clippers winning tonight and potentially, obviously forcing a game 7, maybe potentially going on the road and contending with the Nuggets. I always thought that series was going to go to 7 anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Clippers because I think the Warriors close it out tomorrow.
You know, no, I love Jamal Murray's game. He's
kind of polarizing among NBA fans, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, and Russ.
Yeah, Russ too. He's very
a lot to take in there.
Yeah,
did not enjoy him on the Lakers. We'll just keep that moving. But you know,
I get that. There's a lot of players that came to the Lakers probably shouldn't have been there. But.
And I think it's been known. Don't fuck with Jokic. I mean, they keep showing his brothers. I mean, these guys look like they're in the Soviet mob. I'm not fucking with them. You do whatever you want. Okay.
Yes.
You
want to race horses in the off season and not come to practice until the first game? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Jokic is big in his own right, but then you see these. I mean, just imagine those three, and you're gonna try to start shit. You're out of your fucking mind.
I'm a $170, soaking wet, 5'9". I'm not doing jack shit. And when I say 5'9", I really mean 5'7.5".
Yeah. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, but yeah, shout out to the brothers.
I think it still says 5'6" on my driver's license. I got to get that updated.
That's
5'7.5". Damn it.
Right.
Anyway, more likely to be the higher total for the Steelers this season: their average points per game or the amount of total passing touchdowns that they have. And last season, they averaged 22.2 points per game, had 21 touchdown passes. They were in the lower third of the league in the touchdown passes category, about middle of the pack in the points per game.
I'm going to go points.
Same points? Sticking with that?
I don't know who the hell's throwing the ball. That's
Mason. Mason. Right now it's Mason.
Let me tell you. I try not to be long-winded here, but that whole time when Kenny was being Kenny, Mason really came in there. And people forget too, when Ben went down, we had no business winning some of those games way back with him and Dev Hodges.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
I think he deserves a little more respect. He's not great, but he's serviceable. He's like I got to be careful there. He's not a Charlie Batch serviceable, because that guy, you could throw him into whatever situation, Trevor, and we'd somehow.
Yeah, he's like otherworldly serviceable.
Yeah.
in a weird way.
Who's in? Charlie Batch. All right, we're all right. Mason, he's kind of like that, but not to that level.
Yeah, he's a little more erratic. Makes a few more mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't
But
always
I
make the
like
right
him.
read.
And I like the goatee. He looks good.
Yeah.
He's doing all right.
I haven't seen the goatee.
It's a big deal. Everybody's losing their fucking
Is
mind.
it?
Poppy Annie's like, oh, we got a new facial style for Mason.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna look this up.
Yeah, you guys.
Mason Rudolph. I'm just gonna Google Mason Rudolph goatee. Let's see here.
No. If you want to share it.
That thick bushy thing.
Yeah. Or does he not have the full thing going?
No, he has a full thing going.
Okay.
No, all right. Well, yeah, here. Fuck it, I'll share it for you.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, here we go.
Not a bad looking dude, I'll tell you that.
No, yeah, he's a handsome individual. Oh yeah, I'm talking about this one down here.
I mean, look at that. I mean,
It's a little on the thick side. Could use some maintenance. You know, maybe straighten it out in the middle there. One side of the brim's thicker than the other. But you know, it always has the suave haircut. Always has, you know, this style slick back hair. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Looks like an Italian mob boss. I don't know if he is Italian. If not, he looks Italian. You know, manja.
yeah.
I think him and DeVito would get along very, very well.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That's good shit. We had to show that. All right. That's where I'm at, though, Trevor.
Yes.
I'll say
okay.
points.
Nah, I was thinking points too. They're going to be running the ball a shit ton. They're going to hand the ball off to Caleb, hand the ball off to Jalen. A lot of rushing touchdowns. I don't think we're going to have the mobility that we had with Justin Fields rushing the ball into the end zone. And that was part of the reason that we didn't have the passing touchdowns last season. But I'll say the points per game as well. I would like to see that. I might have around like 20 touchdown passes this year, and half of them are probably going to be to DK.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just hasn't been very fruitful, the passing game in the last several seasons. I just hope we can, you know, just score some damn points. I don't care how. Score some damn points. That's all I.
And get 3rd and 1s.
And get 3rd and 1s. For fuck's sake, get some 3rd and 1s.
I'll tell you this right now.
Caleb's going to help with that.
If we line up in a fucking shotgun one more time on 3rd and 1, I might have a hemorrhage. I cannot get behind. I'll have to look that up. So but the times we lined up 3rd and 1, shotgun.
Awful. Horrible. I hated it. Because Penn State does the same damn thing.
And I couldn't escape it. You know?
Yeah. You watch Penn State, it's 3rd and short. Oh, shotgun. You watch the Steelers, 3rd and short, shotgun. Fuck, I got to deal with this on 2 days in a row. On every weekend, I got to deal with this shit.
Here, we're going to line up, shotgun, run inside zone, and we got stuff. Well, no shit.
Because you run the same damn thing. Arthur. Jackass.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Good shit, though.
Going back to the draft for a second, more likely 2nd-round receiver to have a bigger fantasy impact in 2025. Jaden Higgins for the Texans or Luther Burden for the Bears?
So you got a Dunze there.
And you got a rushing-centric offense with a mobile quarterback and Caleb, and unproven quarterback as well, Caleb.
Yeah.
Whereas you have C.J. Stroud on the other side with the Texans in a pass-heavy offense.
I'm going Texans.
You think the Jaden Higgins, Iowa State product?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking the same thing. I think Luther Burden could be a good weapon for the Bears if utilized properly. It's just I don't know how much I trust the Bears to utilize him properly. And the Bears, yeah, that's right. The Bears just got rid of Robert Woods, who the Steelers signed.
Can't keep doing this shit. Another traffic cone. Bring them on.
I know. This is Van Sink or Swim all over again. Robert Sink or Swim. That's what we're going to call this guy. Or maybe we'll come up with a new name. We'll figure it out. But anyway, my answer, Jaden Higgins.
Let's bring Mike Williams in and have him get one fucking touchdown. Oh, right back to the chart.
It's a pretty clutch touchdown. I'll say that. It's pretty
He never
clutch.
got targeted.
I know he never got targeted.
Whatever.
We had high hopes. We did.
Welcome aboard, Rob.
Did. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Captain Insano. Anyway.
Yes. Ready for the next one? Are you good with your? I know we're going on a lot of Steelers rants tonight. That's all right. We're talking.
Yeah,
it's post draft. We're all doing rumor mill and anticipation shit now.
Yes. Yep.
Anyway, more likely AFC West running back to have more rushing yards this season: Najee Harris or Ashton Genty?
That's a very good one. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Chargers, very rush-heavy offense with old Jimothy. And then, of course, Ashton Genty, the beast himself. Raiders don't really have a quarterback right now, so they're going to be handing the ball off a lot as well.
I'm going to go Naj.
You have faith in the Naj? Or is it more faith in Jimothy's system?
Jimothy's system.
Okay.
They're eccentric with the run game.
Correct. Very exotic.
And Naj, even though he's been bashing the shit out of the Steelers organization since being there, I have to.
Okay. Take it easy with that. He brought up some good points.
These are really nice facilities. I'm not used to this. Oh,
it's LA. It's LA. Okay, they're gonna be nice. The sun's always out, and when the sun's always out, no, not gonna finish that phrase. Not gonna finish that phrase because there's some serious shit with that. So nope, not gonna. Nope. You might have known where I was going there. If you do, great. If you don't, good. Even better.
I'm going Najee.
Yeah. The sun's always out in California.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Glad I stumbled there, so I probably would have offended a good bit of people there, and some people that are actually dealing with some real shit. So, anyway, I'm gonna make like the Raiders here and take the splash pick and Ashton Genty.
Oh. Yeah.
I think he is that damn good, and I think he's going to make that big an impact like that.
Yep.
That's not to say Najee's not going to have a great season. I think he could be a good fantasy flyer in your fantasy drafts, but Ashton Genty's just otherworldly. He was otherworldly at Boise State, and behind a decent offensive line in the NFL, I think he's going to do just fine. More than just fine. I think he's going to have the most rushing yards in the AFC West.
Yeah.
So, Good shit. Transitioning over to the WWE. Dustin, I know you're tuned in, so let's give this a listen here. On this week's Raw, you saw one Patrick McAfee challenge a certain Austrian to a match at Backlash after he got choked out last week. Yep. And, of course, we have the Randy Orton, John Cena setup. Backlash St. Louis makes all the sense in the world, right? Between those two, who's more likely to win their match at Backlash? Randy Orton, Pat McAfee.
Oh, Trevor, that's tough.
Godspeed, buddy.
Good questions here, back to back. God damn. Actually, the whole segment has been kind of
banger after banger after banger.
They're gonna keep Cena's ruining wrestling saga go on. Yeah. And the way to do that is to beat Viper at his hometown. That's where I think we're going. And I'm pissed about it.
Yeah.
So I'll go McAfee here. I don't see how the hell he's going to do it.
But the mystique of Gunther then is called into question. Or does he lose the match by some shenanigans and then completely flies off the handle?
I just think we're going a direction. This is how I think far-fetched Triple H, not far-fetched. I don't even know what the hell the word is. The guy's just fucking out there. If he doesn't smoke weed, I don't know how the hell he comes up with the shit. Are they going around to promote anti-bullying?
Well, the WWE. Well, I mean, yeah, they have that "Be a Star" campaign. Still,
I know. I mean, by McAfee being Gunther, like, is that
maybe? Maybe.
Like, that's what I
Again,
think.
no. There might be some shenanigans though. Like
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
Cole might get. Michael Cole's been known to get involved in shit.
A little low blow. Ooh.
That's what I'm
Ooh.
saying. A little low blow to Gunter.
Grab the ring bell and fucking hit him in the head or something.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Or maybe it's like a no DQ match and he gets help from Boston Connor and Ty Schmidt and the boys. Tone Diggs comes in with a freaking ball peen hammer.
Yeah.
Come on,
AJ
hammer on Gunther's
Or
head.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
With his
That'd be
decrepit hands, that would be. Yeah. Did you ever see those?
What? Who?
AJ Hawks. He showed him on.
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw him. Oh yeah. They're like he's got a finger bent to the side. It's bad.
Years of battle.
It's bad.
But I'll go Pat.
Packers all-time leading tackler, buddy.
Yep. National champion, Super Bowl champion.
Yep. Good man.
Ryder Cup winner as well.
Cigar smoker.
Yep. The book's always so
Legend.
the same. Yep. But I'll go McAfee here.
I was thinking the same thing. I would think there would be some foul play.
Oh, I hope. Oh, wouldn't that be something? Yeah.
Yeah. I would think so. But yeah, unfortunately, Orton taking the loss in his hometown. That's exactly how you said it, Billy. That's how you keep the ruining wrestling theme alive in this whole thing. Cena somehow wins dirty again. I only hope that Travis Scott doesn't get involved.
That walkout, you said it too, and I watched it back after our episode before bed.
Took 20 minutes, and Cody has to take a fucking nap in the middle of the ring. I'm like, dude, I know they say when you're going slow down, but not that much.
And we've had to listen to your goddamn song for fucking 3 months now. Fiend. You got enough publicity, sir. Okay. The walkout was just
I liked it better when everybody was yeeting to it.
Yeah.
That's when it was fun. Not you taking 20 minutes to walk out into the main event in WrestleMania and decide to pick. I'm like, yeah. Anyway. Well, I mean, that would go along with the whole ruining wrestling thing, too. So, yeah, we'll see. Right. But speaking of yeeting, we're going to move on to yeet or no yeet.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for this introduction. I'm excited.
Yeah. A little longer. From Elk County, Pennsylvania, Ridgeway, Pennsylvania, to be specific. Trevor Dinsmore with Yeet or No Yeet. Come and get it. Come and get it.
What are you, Fred Durst?
Yeah.
Just come and get it. All about the he said, she said. Oh, I mean, I got the backwards hat, I guess.
Yeah.
Makes all the sense in the world. But anyway, yeet or no yeet. After WrestleMania, we had a couple of guys that were in the WWE when you weren't actually watching the program, but officially making their returns on SmackDown and on Raw, respectively. Aleister Black and Rusev. What do you think of those two guys? Yeet or no yeet for them being back in the WWE?
Who's the big fella again, Trevor?
Rusev.
Yeah, Rusev. Yeet. I like the crowd popped, and I said, she says to me, "Who the hell?" I said, "I don't know who the hell these guys are."
That is Rusev. Rusev.
I mean, he's a fucking holy shit. Okay. And the other guys,
they call him the Bulgarian Brute.
Yeah. The other guy have like an alter ego thing going on, or?
Oh yeah, he's like a Dark Forces type of character and has an extensive MMA background.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, I'll go yeet there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm obviously it's a wait and see what they do with their characters, but obviously loved Aleister Black, and I don't know what it is. I love Rhea Ripley. I love Aleister Black. I like these dark characters.
Oh, yeah.
These people that like embrace their inner demons and in storyline and then take it out on the other wrestlers. But yeah, love Aleister Black. Love what he does in the ring. I thought he got mismanaged the first time around in WWE. Wasn't really given a proper voice. Wasn't really given a proper storyline.
Okay.
And then Rusev, kind of the same thing, was one of the quote unquote victims of being buried by John Cena, and also was kind of buried by Roman Reigns, and managed to get over with, if people might remember the Rusev Day gimmick. People were chanting Rusev Day, Rusev Day. It's the stupidest thing in the world, but he got over doing it, and then they took that away, and he eventually got canned. But,
Okay.
yeah, after years in the Indies and then in AEW for a time as Miro, Rusev's back, and then same thing with Aleister Black.
Hell yeah.
Good shit.
Yep.
Good shit. Yeet or no yeet? Did you watch SmackDown?
Yeah.
Did you see the TLC match, the tag team title match?
One of the best.
That tag title match is right up there with the OG TLC matches. I'm talking Hardys, I'm talking Edge and Christian, I'm talking Dudley Boys. It's not quite there. It's not quite there. I think it's still a step below. We're talking ladder analogies, but I'd say it's like 1 or 2 steps below that.
I'll go eat there.
Okay.
It was entertaining as shit.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
the spear through the table when the champ was hanging on the titles.
And whatever move they did when they had the ladder across to the announce table from the mat, and they fucking did that. What the hell
is it like a blockbuster sort of thing?
I don't know what the hell it was, but he grabbed his neck, and then the other guy had his legs. What the hell's that? DIY did it. The bald guy had him by the neck, and then they fucking dropped him through the ladder. I go,
oh, so was it like a 3D sort of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
like, holy shit. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then he fucking jumped. There was a lot of shit going on. It was,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that match was 100 miles an hour, like pretty much the whole time. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was an excellent match. Probably should have been on the WrestleMania card versus the Raw Tag Team title match. In hindsight.
Yep.
I mean, I did read it got cut just for time. Like the card was already full as it was. They wanted to fit both tag titles on there, but I don't know. I guess they didn't want to bring ladder matches back to WrestleMania yet. We got to do that. We got to do that. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, we saw it a while ago when the Hardys returned, how entertaining that was. WrestleMania 33. Bring ladder matches back to WrestleMania. Let's make that a hashtag. Throw it all over X, please.
Mm-hmm.
Please. We need that.
Yeah.
Yeet or no yeet? Brandon Bean was dead right when he called out the media during the post-draft radio show on, what was that, WKPI 550, whatever the station was.
Yeah, I'm going to go yeet there.
Me too. I know we're full of yeets tonight, but yes.
I think Pagula, why I like the one aspect I like of the Bills, I don't like much. I like how he kind of lets Brandon speak his mind. Like he doesn't, he's on a leash. I don't mean to be offensive, but I was shocked to shit when I saw GM do that. I was like, hey, is he going to get fined for that? Because he's going after media, but it's not NFL media. So, but hey, we're good. I guess he didn't get shit. So
it's all a matter of if you have the power to sue and if you have the right attorneys and whatever. What was the radio show's name that you brought up earlier?
No,
I don't think they're going to have the resources to
let's go up
sue
here.
the Buffalo Bills or sue Brandon Bean.
WGR 550 Jeremy and Joe show.
Jeremy and Joe. If they can afford an attorney, go ahead. Good luck.
Yeah. But I'm fully on that. Why not?
Excellent.
You know how it's off season, Trevor, but you know how much that gets the organization, the players fired up. Like, holy shit, this guy, he's fighting for us. He's standing up for us.
He believes in us. Yeah. That believe it or not, that means something. It's not just in the movies.
Yep.
It means something when the guy that's literally picking and choosing who's going to be on the team believes in who's on the team. That's got to fire up a little bit.
Oh,
because
within Buffalo,
because there's GMs that just will not give two shits.
Yep.
So, I'm not going to call anyone out. We know who those GMs are.
Yes.
But Brandon Bean sticking up for his players. I like it.
Yep.
So going over to the basketball world, the Milwaukee Bucks were eliminated the other night after high hopes that they were going to potentially make a finals run. And but yeah, unfortunately, got eliminated by who did they play? This
Pacers.
is how much I pay attention.
Pacers.
Yeah, Pacers. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, that overtime thriller. Oh, how could I forget? I even watched that live too. That's how good a memory I have.
Well, yeah, sorry, keep going, Trevor. Fuck.
No, you're good. You're good, buddy. And so Giannis is coming up on the final year of his extension that he signed a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Damian Lillard went off the floor with a leg injury. We don't know the timetable for his return. Could be a long time. Could be post next season. I don't know the full extent of his injury, but I know I just saw him down clutching his leg. Didn't really read the report after that, but obviously it was enough to keep him out of the game and enough to apparently cost the Bucks their season.
Yep,
as they lost 119 to 118 in overtime to the Pacers. But some rumors floating around. I want you to either dispel these or confirm these. Giannis has potentially played his last game in a Milwaukee Bucks uniform.
Ooh, I go no Yeet there.
You know Yeet? No? You don't think so?
Such a
Comes
small
back next
market
season, just runs it back.
Yeah, such a small market team. Oh, you can't let that guy go. Oh no. I
get that, but again, small market. Like the same thing happened to Kareem.
Oh, correct. Wow.
Way back.
Yeah, good. We're talking 50 years. That's fucking mind blowing.
Long time. Yeah, I know. Still, that's how long it took them to get a generational talent again and to win a championship.
Oh yeah.
Like this is what happens with small market teams, and then the stars they chase the
Do
dollar.
you think he does that?
I don't know. Well, obviously this year it would have to be a trade if they decide to part ways with him. Hellbound, I hope they do part ways with Doc Rivers. I can tell you for how many years he coached the Sixers, he was awful in the playoffs, mismanaged us to shit. Granted, we still had Ben Simmons to deal with. Saying his name brings my blood pressure to a new high every time.
Yeah, appreciate you, Seth, for stopping. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah.
And thanks for raising my blood pressure again, for making me think of that Sixers era, but still kind of I don't want to say similar situation here, but Doc Rivers, again, coaching his team not beyond the first round of the playoffs. This is a pretty common theme with him.
Yep.
Do I think Giannis leaves? Again, it'd have to be a trade.
Okay.
Could play out his contract, and then we'll see where he goes from there. I think is he 30 yet? I think he's 30.
I know he's 2. He has to be old. Yeah, he's 2 or 3 years older than us, Trevor, I'd say.
He is. Yeah, he's 30 on the dot. He's
Okay.
30 on the dot right now. We'll be 31 this December 6th.
Yeah.
His birthday is actually one day after my mother's. So.
Oh.
Good shit.
Oh, yeah. But you look at him when they first drafted him to now.
Yeah.
What a transformation. Wow.
I got you.
Yeah. But I'm no eat on that. You can't let him walk.
No eat.
No.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think after watching the Luka trade go down, I don't think the Bucks do that.
No. Owner needs to open his checkbook. Sorry.
I know.
That franchise will be shit for the next 50 years.
Yeah.
Generational talent. Yeah.
It's tough to grow,
Oh, yeah.
organically sometimes.
Yep.
In today's spending world, it's tough to grow organically.
Right.
Doug, I don't know if you're watching this question. This topic will appeal to you.
Yeah.
The Mets are currently the second favorite in the NL to win the pennant. They're plus 500 as we stand. Dodgers are first, obviously, at plus 140. They're kind of still figuring things out with the pitching staff and how the lineup's going to work. But I tell you, the New York Mets pitching staff among the best in the MLB. I believe they're either first or second in team ERA, and I believe third. Yeah, first in team ERA, 2.64, and then third in strikeouts, 292 as a staff.
Mhm.
And Soto's finally coming around. He hit 2 home runs tonight, first 2 at Citi Field. All signs, well, not all signs, but some signs seeming to point to Mets, NLCS, question mark. Toss this out there for you. The Mets are going to win the pennant, the NL pennant. Not over the Dodgers?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I think he would even say, he knows baseball.
Yeah, no, I know. Doug, if you're in the comments, please sound off, whether criticizing this or otherwise. But
yeah.
Sorry, Doug. Sorry, Mets.
Super
I do like the Mets. I like them more than the Yankees, at least.
Yeah.
And I love Soto. You know, I love that little that strut that he does.
Yeah.
But I think they have hope. They have hope at least, right?
They have hope, but that lineup. Jesus, Shohei. Come on, I don't really.
I mean, you got Alonso kicking creaming the crap out of the ball indoors. Same thing.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, they're doing pretty well for themselves. Got to come around on the offensive side, but I think it'll only be a matter of time.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all I got for this week's edition of Yeet or No Yeet. We're going to move on to on a scale of 1 to 10. Are they 5?
Yeah. We were here.
Was that the intro?
Yeah. I just like the drums. I just like.
You have another pen? You could,
Yeah, shit. That was not planned. God damn it. All right.
No, it was not planned. It was not planned. Making you spontaneously drum on air.
Yeah.
Who knows? Try and run through these fairly quickly. Well, at least this first one. Then we got a little bit more extensive of a topic to discuss later on in the segment. But on a scale of 1 to 10, is it fucked? This whole Bill Belichick Hudson relationship.
I'd say it's a 10.
Okay. Just a 10? You don't want to go beyond the scale with this?
Yeah, let's go 1,000.
1,000? Okay.
Just
that's fair. I left you that out, so whatever.
Yeah, the reason is all those years, even when we were kids to now.
Sure.
When he, right before he left the Patriots, he was still that stubborn asshole, ripped sweatshirt.
Yes.
Hated the camera. Then, I think he starts the relationship with Hudson, and we see him on the roast of Tom Brady. What the fuck? This is completely not Bill Belichick. And then he cracks some jokes. He's okay taking some shit. And then he's on McAfee.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes with Lombardi down to UNC. I think, in a fucked up way, she's pulling the strings for him to keep getting in these endeavors.
Puppet master.
Yeah.
Pinocchio.
She's like, okay, money here, money here, money here. Grab. Put me up on your legs, which I don't know how the hell he did that. His score must be damn good. Don't look it. And then
she might be doing most of the work there.
When I saw the photo, like I alluded to earlier.
Yeah, the mermaid fisherman one. Yeah.
If you would have told me like fucking 10 years ago, no. Never. Stubborn, no, just bland answers, asshole is doing that. No. Never.
Well, I mean, I guess he went through his midlife without a midlife crisis. Is this his midlife crisis? Even though it's happening when he's 73 years old? Is this his version, like 20 years later, a midlife crisis?
I think it's so fucked up.
A little bit.
Is it
It's very,
tarnishing
it's
his
fishy.
legacy?
It's more fishy than a dock.
Yeah. Is it
More
tarnishing
fishy than the New Jersey docks.
Tarnishing the legacy?
I don't know about that, but it's just weird. It's just weird. His legacy's he's good. He's all set. He's fine.
Okay.
But anyway,
yeah,
this is one of the ones I wanted to discuss in a little bit more detail. On a scale of 1 to 10, is it fucked? The NFL's punishment for Jeff Ulbrich and the Atlanta Falcons amid this Shador Sanders and others prank call debacle. For reference, the NFL fined the Falcons $250,000 and Ulbrich himself $100,000.
Is it
and
fucked?
You can interpret this how you want. Fucked as in they got off easy, or was it too much? Or whatever. Just explain your reasoning with this one.
I think so. We're scaling there how the NFL reacted, or the whole situation, Trevor. Oh, you froze. Oh, shoot. Oh. Okay. I'm just going to keep going here. Hold on a second. I've got to find my phone. Shit. Hold on a second. Don't know if we... Where the hell's my phone? Oh, Trevor's coming back. Okay. Hold on here, folks. Touching on Ulbrich situation with his son Jax calling Shador Sanders during the draft here. We'll get Trevor back in here momentarily. Sorry. See what's going on here. But no, the whole situation, like we were talking about there, if you guys missed earlier ahead, we were touching on, hold on here. Hey, what's up? Hey, we're all good here, folks. We're just going to power through here. I got Trevor on the phone here.
I lost power.
So also, this is we're also getting hit by a storm too. So everybody out there, make sure you're safe. And I believe there is another severe thunderstorm coming through. I just got an alert actually right before Trevor lost power. We're okay. We're going to power through. The question, were we rating it on the how the NFL reacted or the whole situation?
The punishment itself. We're rating the punishment itself.
I would.
Was it appropriate? Was it should it have warranted a mandatory firing? Something along those lines.
I would say. I'd say a 7.
Okay. Explain.
I think they could have done a little more.
I'm in agreement.
But I think it's right where they need to be because it's not technically the organization, but it's all. I guess it is a member of the organization. It's still a fucked up situation. It's not technically the members' organization either, Trevor. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I got you.
It's a song.
Real quick, I am reconnected.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and join the StreamYard again.
Okay, 10
So yeah, I'll click into it. We'll see how this goes.
Yes,
Hopefully
sir.
I'll see you in a second.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right, see ya.
Okay. Just a little situation here. We're going to get through it. All right. Storms come through, wipe shit out. It is what it is. And there he is right here. We're all good here. We're all good.
Lost power, folks.
Yeah.
Did you see my screen go black?
It froze, and I said, "Okay, shit. Okay, I don't want to take you off, but I kind of felt it. I was just telling him what we were talking about, but I would say 7. And yeah, I mean, I think the first time in NFL history we've had a situation like this.
First one that I can recall.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that just goes to show you anything can happen when you're live. You can lose power, and you can end up talking to Billy on the phone and talking to the viewers through a speakerphone.
Hey, that was a quick turnaround though. 2 minutes. We're good.
No, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I was gonna say that's about how long I lost power. What was it, on Tuesday? We had that bad storm.
Yeah.
Hopefully not quite as bad. Hopefully no trees fell down in my backyard this time.
Jesus. Yeah.
Praying
Praying for everybody in Pittsburgh. Jesus.
Yep. And anybody that's being affected by this.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving forward here. To give my answer, I thought they should have done way more. I thought Ulbrich should have been fired. I was at a 9 with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, if I let that sort of sensitive information out as an accountant, I'm on the spot. Goodbye.
Right.
I mean, I understand this guy's at the top of a very difficult profession and in the public eye, so a lot of scrutiny could come down if they're too harsh, but still, it's different situation, but I felt that they should have done more.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, is it fucked? LeBron's future as an LA Laker after being eliminated by the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games.
I think he said he's taking time to think.
Might be going to hang out with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd say 9. Come on. Let's just have Luka lead the way here. Let's stop the LeBron era. That's where I'm at with it.
Have Pelinka actually run the organization? You're saying? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Again, like I said, we're damned either way.
That's true.
This guy's such a stuck-up ass.
That's true.
LeBron's ego was whatever. But that's where I'm at. I'd say 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. I almost forgot to give my answer again.
Oh, you're right.
No, yeah. I was thinking a 9 as well.
Okay.
That's about where I was at. I don't think he has. He might have a season left, but although he's defied father time to this point, so who's to say he can't do it for a little while longer? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? The Pittsburgh Penguins contending window with the big 3 of Malkin, Letang, and Crosby. And of course, they just fired Mr. Sullivan.
Did see that. 8.
I was at a full 10.
Okay.
Clear indications of a rebuild going on there. Firing your longtime coach, potentially trading Erik Karlsson this offseason for some draft picks. So now I think that contending window. Sorry for any Penguins fans out there. You've been very, very good for a long time. You won 3 Stanley Cups with these guys too, and they've brought a lot to the Pittsburgh area, not only on the ice but off the ice as well.
Yep.
And hell, Crosby can throw a football. Maybe we should put him on the Steelers and have him huck it to DK Metcalf. I think that'd be cool because I don't think there's anything Crosby can't do at this point.
Right.
Even though saying that he's like 37.
Yeah.
He's a little bit older. It was a hell of a run and
Yeah.
a lot of great success for the Penguins over the years, but the time has come to reset.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So yeah.
Agree.
And I let off this show acknowledging episode 3 of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith being out in theaters and smashing it at the box office. And of course, I'm a longtime Star Wars fan, diehard Star Wars fan, if you will. Revenge of the Sith is my favorite film. Any one of the new ones with Rey. Rey is not a true Skywalker. That's I'm sure you've heard that argument. It's true. It's true. She's not a true Skywalker.
Okay.
But still, some of the products that they're putting out, it's pretty good. And then of course the original 3 with Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Princess Leia. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But on a scale of 1 to 10, I should say, are you fucked for not being a Star Wars fan? I'll let the people in the comments sound off on that one. I won't ask you to judge yourself, but of course I'm gonna say about 1,002.
Yeah.
Like you gotta get with the times here a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some of the new movies. Ever since George Lucas signed over the rights, it's been
Right.
Come on. Yeah, come on. You gotta get up with the times. You gotta get up with the memes of Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, all that good. The prequels. You gotta get up with it. Get up with it. I know you're not into that big, comic book fantasy world stuff.
Yeah.
I get that. I understand you're mostly a sports guy, but I just don't know how you don't like Star Wars.
I'll tell.
Or you never got into Star Wars.
Yeah.
How that happened.
7, I guess. No, the storylines, just from being around yourself. Doug, he's a huge Star Wars guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a number of people. Storylines there. I never was Harry Potter guy. I was.
That's fair. That's
Lord
fair.
of Rings. Trying to think of other. Jesus, and their movies were 3 hours long, so I don't know how the hell I could sit through that, but I couldn't sit through class. Whatever.
Lord of the Rings is a little more entertaining than English class.
But I just it has to be good because so many people still talk about some of the movies that and don't get mad at me.
Number 1 at the box office.
Oh yeah,
20 years after the fact.
The first one came out roughly when was that?
78, I think it was. 77, 78.
I mean, again, we're coming up 50 years here. Still, people probably go back to that first one that was released, and then what have you.
A New Hope.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's and I know the characters. I mean, everybody, R2D2, right?
R2D2.
R2D2, and then
if you're in the same room with me, I'd punch you in the mouth right now.
You got Yoda. Yoda's been.
Who's the droid that Anakin built? Do you know? Gold guy. Make it easy for you. Gold guy. The robot.
I don't know what the hell he's called.
C3PO?
I know the character.
C3PO? C3PO.
C3PO. Okay.
C3PO.
C3PO.
I gotta educate you. This weekend, are you doing anything?
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, all right. Well, one of these weekends where you're not doing anything, or if you're taking a camping trip, just bring the Star Wars movies with you.
All right.
Watch them all. Let me know what you think. And then if you're not a fan of Star Wars after that, that's fine.
But you got to start back.
I will let this issue die tonight. If that's.
But you got to go all the way back, right? You got to start with the.
In any order you want. You can watch it in chronological because remember they did episodes 4, 5, and 6, not intentionally, but 4, 5, and 6 back in the day. And then they did 1, 2, and 3, the prequels in the late 90s and early 2000s with Ewan Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen,
Okay.
as well as Liam Neeson.
Oh,
He was in
I am a
Phantom
fan of him.
Menace.
Oh, very nice. Okay. I like him.
So, like that.
So it's kind of
I
like,
like that. So you can watch it in episode order, or you can watch it in release order. It's up to you.
okay. And I hope I'm not wrong. But Marvel, there's a certain
Same kind of deal.
Okay.
Same kind of deal. I mean, obviously, it's a lot more complicated because there's a lot more movies. You can watch it in timeline order, in which case you would start with Captain America because that's set World War II era. Okay. I think you'd go to Captain Marvel after that because that's like in the 90s, and then you kind of go from there. It's somewhat closely aligned with the release order, but still, it's there's certain ways you can do that.
Okay. She loves the fucking Black Widow.
Oh shit, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. I mean, that was a hell of a movie, and even Black Panther, the first one,
Colin Jost is a lucky man.
I mean, it was shit. Yeah, there's some of them I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't. We left the theater. I said that was actually a pretty damn good movie, and that was fuck. All right, I gotta watch. I think I watched Venom.
Oh yeah, Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy.
Because the Eminem song, that's how fucked up I am. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey, Venom, buddy. Venom.
Yeah. And I love who plays Tom. Is it Hardy?
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I like him.
Tom Hardy. Yeah, he's a big fan of him.
Yeah.
He has I forget what his new movie's called, but he has a new like mafia movie out. I think it's on Netflix.
I got it. Yeah. And then that
one
with Tim Boxing. Very good.
Yeah.
The Fighter, I think, or something. I might be wrong in that.
I forget.
Anyways,
look at that.
We're completely.
yeah, we're a little bit off the rails here. A little bit. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, before I give out another shout out here, and in relation to our on a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked segment, I do have a certain someone to put on the Buckle Up with the Boys shit list.
Yep.
I can scroll to that real quick. Mr. Jax Ulbrich for making those prank calls on draft day and pranking these guys while they're trying to realize their NFL dreams. Mm-hmm. Screw you, you little college turd. Jax Ulbrich. I don't know if I spelled that correctly. I don't care if I spelled that correctly. He doesn't deserve to have it spelled correctly. And then I did want to give a quick shout out before we move on to debate time to the EMTs and the first responders that responded to one Caven Markwood, who fell from the Clemente wall last night right as Andrew McCutcheon hit a game-tying 2-run double. He got a little too excited, jumped up, and ended up basically face planting on the warning track outside the Clemente wall there. He is in critical condition at Allegheny General Hospital. But hopefully we'll hear an update soon, and hopefully it's positive. But I did want to give a shout out to the EMTs, first responders. I believe it was his significant other that came down on the field with him to tend to him. So hopefully he's okay. I mean, we don't want to, we don't want to have a death at a baseball game. We don't want to have anything that serious at any sporting event. It's sports. It's supposed to be an escape.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we saw a very somber moment last night at the Pirates game. So, shout out to EMTs of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, has a skull fracture, Trevor.
Yes.
Very concerning.
Well, I mean, did you see the clip?
Yeah, I mean, I could see how. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, wait, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
But no, literally, I saw the clip from. You might have seen. The same Bleacher Report article had a clip from like a dugout seat.
Yeah.
Right on his head.
Yeah.
Right. Like did an incomplete Jeff Hardy swanton bomb, basically. And boom. Like right on the back of the head.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
Amazing. He only got out with that. And I don't know. He's probably gonna have some neck issues going forward. So
thoughts on
just as well, did want to give a shout out to Jeff Spearbeck and his loved ones. He was John Elway's agent and business partner, sustained some head injuries after a golf cart accident, in which John Elway was actually driving the golf cart. It was stated by authorities that John Elway was not negligent in the way he was driving the golf cart, just a very unfortunate accident for 62-year-old Jeff Spearbeck. So much love and prayers to him and his loved ones.
Yeah. No, thoughts and prayers. Sad situation. Jesus.
Yeah. Just a very, very innocent thing, and unfortunately lost his life over it.
Yeah.
A lot of tragedy. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Good shit. Anything else, Trevor?
To end it on a positive note, let's do debate time.
10-4. Gotcha. This. Screwed up the This is the song for scale of 1 to 10. But anyways,
that's fine. That's all good.
Yeah, debate time again. College student or someone out there with our millions watchers, come join us if you want to do the graphics. But anyway,
you said that wrong. Say it again.
Millions
and millions.
Hell yeah. But yeah, debate time here. This week's edition. How exciting was the draft this year? Do you feel, Trevor?
How do you want me to rate that?
Compared to others. Yeah.
How exciting was it? I mean, Green Bay was a hell of a crowd.
It was a hell of a crowd. Looking back,
I'd put this up there with the Detroit draft.
Yep.
It was just last year.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, these things just keep getting better and better every year. I only hope it gets better next year when it's down here in the Berg.
Yes.
And I only have all the confidence in the world that it will, because it is the Berg, and the Berg is going to show up and show out and wave their towels and get blackout freaking drunk.
Yep.
And probably tear the North Shore to the ground. When the NFL draft comes here next year. I know I'm going to. I'm preparing my temple, that is my body, for that weekend's events, because I'm going to be drinking a lot of alcohol. Full disclosure to the, drink responsibly, except when the Steelers are hosting the NFL draft.
Yes. Yes.
Will I be more excited for next year? Absolutely. But I'd rate this one pretty highly. I'd rate this one probably, I'd say like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And then as the chaos ensued, obviously with Shedeur falling and the trades that happened in the first round, only got more exciting. And the Packers picking Matthew Golden fell to them. That was electrifying as well.
Yeah, I would say compared to Detroit last year, the fans showed out, and it was exciting, but also I got I don't know why the hell I was getting anxious. I was just like, oh, okay. Some guy's not going here. Shedeur, I could think was the
Shedeur falling. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, holy shit. I mean, I was checking it more than I was last year. I think that's the excitement factor, I guess, for me. And then the Steelers, doing well and watching the Browns, which alludes to our next question. How idiotic is the Browns organization? I don't even know if there's a scale for this. Who to compare them to?
There is. I don't. They're the epitome of idiocy in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are. Dare I say, they're the Buffalo Sabres of the NFL. They are. They are. Yeah. They lose a lot and they make bad decisions.
Yeah.
And they only, they're in a hole and somebody hands them 2 shovels.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. Right. And we alluded to it. Yeah, we alluded to it earlier. Dylan Gabriel pick and Shedeur.
Shedeur after that.
I'm not sure what the hell we're doing there.
You got 5 QBs in the room now. You 5 QB. And remember, Deshaun's under contract until after next year.
Correct. Right.
What are we doing? What
Stupid.
are we doing?
It's stupid.
It's the most important position in football. And they might be screwing it up worse than the Steelers.
Yeah, I'd rather have what we have than that.
Oh yeah.
No.
100%, my friend.
And usually in this case, you have numbers compared to, you got 5 compared to 1. Okay, well, the 5 they have, it's.
Well,
what
2.
the fuck?
Skylar Thompson.
Oh, Skylar, yeah. 5 to 2. What the fuck? You got Kenny.
Yes.
That's bizarre. So you go and get him.
Yes.
But then you draft 2. So, the fuck are we doing here?
Mm.
Then you're paying Predator, whatever the fuck he's getting paid.
Allegedly.
It's awesome.
You have to. Don't sue us, please.
Don't sue us. Just don't go to massage parlors, and we'll be all right.
No.
Anyways,
I don't want sued.
no. Is the NBA missing too many foul calls in crucial moments?
I assume you're referring to what was that game? It was a 3-point shot. Oh shit! What was that game? I even watched that game. That wasn't the Celtics one, was it? No, because
No.
That was.
I mean, just across the board. I think
what it was. I mean, across the board, yes. I'm just trying to think of the specific. Let me see here. Trying to think. Was I watching? Oh, that was that Knicks Pistons game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that Sunday game. That's right. I forget it was somebody was shooting a 3 in the corner. I think it was
Josh
Hart.
Yep.
Yeah, Josh Hart that closed out on him.
Yep.
Bumped him apparently, and head referee comes out and says, "Yeah, they missed the call." After the game, in the moment, it didn't look like a foul, but after we reviewed the replay, he bumped him, made illegal contact with the torso area, and or with mid body, and should have been a foul call. That one's chief among them in terms of any and all of the missed calls that go on in these games.
Yep.
But I think as long as, and I haven't watched a whole lot of playoff basketball, so and this is just a general principle of mine. As long as these games are called in the individual series consistently, game to game, you know what to expect. Coaches know how to coach it, I would hope. I think you're okay there. Are calls getting missed? I know they missed that Josh Hart call. They missed that. I know they missed some calls with LeBron being involved, things of that nature.
Yep.
Calls get missed all the time. Officiating in any of the 4 major sports, it's probably worst in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because there's so much subjectivity to it. There's not, you can claim a foul call when you get tapped. Or if you're LeBron, you can claim a foul call if you get breathed on the wrong way.
Jesus.
And sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. It's very, very, very subjective. So calls are going to get missed all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And definitely the case in this year's playoffs as well.
Yeah. I just think I bitch about NBA being soft this day and age, but
that you do.
I think some of the calls, though, they're warranted that they should be called. I mean, the bump in the arm, heart situation gets fucking checked like a hockey player.
It wasn't that bad. It was a bump, but it was. Relax. Relax.
But I just calls back to the refs needing to be, and the players too, maybe act it out more, Josh. I don't know. It is what it is. But what is your favorite cookout food?
That's easy. Cheeseburger.
Okay.
Cheeseburger. With a big old slice onion on it.
Hell yeah.
What you do is you wait until the burger is almost done.
Uh-huh.
You put the onion on it,
Mhm.
then you slap the cheese on, and then you grill the cheese right over top of the onion.
Oh,
And then you make sure you have a little pocket in the middle for the onion. That way it kind of creates a ring of, the ring is underneath the cheese.
Yep.
And then that's where you dabble your ketchup and mustard. And that way, if you have the onion cut properly, the ketchup and mustard kind of goes a little bit more toward the middle, kind of like this,
Yep.
rather than flying off the sides of the burger as well.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Little tutorial for
Yeah.
y'all whenever you pull your grill out.
Yeah. I'll say, cheeseburger, but also beer brats. God, I don't know what the hell it is
That's
on a
a
grill.
good thought.
It's different
I
from a
love
pan.
brats.
They
I
taste.
love brats.
I don't know how to really talk about that, but it's different from a pan. You do it on a grill; those fucking hit different. I don't know what the hell.
Oof. Grill. It's the grill marks, I think.
Oh,
The different textures you get when you're tasting it, and
Yep.
I know a lot of people like consistency in their textures, but this is brats we're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Good old fashioned American. Well, actually, it's German, but
Yeah,
American made, I guess. Meat.
I just think they're fucking delicious. But yeah, cheeseburger. You can't go wrong. Hot dog, what have you. But
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's all I had for debate time. We'll go over to Trevor's questions here.
Yeah, if you know how to do homemade onion rings too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very good. Dip 'em in
Yep.
ranch. It's beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Yep.
It's the reason why I can't have abs.
Shit's too good.
I got a keg here. Like, well, maybe not a full, but like half, like a halfie.
It's
And, I'm never gonna. Sorry, washboards. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen.
right.
I got I guess Billy said I got a couple here for you. Best stadium song at a sporting event other than Renegade. I know Renegade's the "Oh Mama, I'm in fear for my a renegade who had a name chief. Gets me fired up every single time. And now that I moved to Pittsburgh, even more so. But best stadium song outside of that, and maybe try and go outside our sports teams as well. Try and go outside Notre Dame, Penn State.
Yeah. You did say Enter Sandman. We talked a little bit. That's fucking deterring.
That's mine, by the way.
That is yours. I'm sorry.
For Vodtech. Just that entrance. They walk. I think it's from like the training facility with the flag, and they just wait in that little tunnel, and it's just palpable. It's like they're like boiling in that tunnel, just waiting to come out. And then all of a sudden, that first riff hits of Enter Sandman, and then they come charging out. It's beautiful.
Crowd's fucking nuts.
Beautiful.
I'll say this: West Virginia.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
I really like that. I don't.
Shit pit? Is that the?
Yeah.
One
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Are you talking like their I don't know, like the school song? What did they have a specific song, or is it just the way they do Sweet Caroline that you like?
Sweet Caroline, but John Denver sometimes they.
Oh, Country Roads.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, I got you.
I just I like it because it ties in. But that's what I was festering this whole time. I'm like, fuck, what the hell's Country Roads? Yeah, that's my apologies to WVU alum. But yeah, I just like it, and I like to eat shit pit. Sweet Caroline.
Oh yeah.
They did it at McAfee's. We were seeing they eat shit, so that was
subset of them.
Yep.
Subset of them.
Yes.
And they he did the we are Penn State.
Yep.
And then he thanked the derelicts for coming out to the show.
Jesus.
Which I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pat. One of them won the matchup versus West Virginia.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And to top off the evening,
Yes.
last question of debate time, or buckle up with the boys, be a man question of the week. And credit to Billy for helping me out with this one.
Yeah.
Help me come up with it. Because we were on here at 8:02 and I had not had a question planned yet. So he gave me this one. So shout out to him for once. He came up with the tough question.
Yes.
And I assume you'll come up with more.
Oh, yeah.
How do you escape the everyday of being a modern American male in the society we're living in right now? How do you escape the everyday?
I think, you see it showcased, Trevor, without going into detail. Video games.
Yes.
I still have that in one of our old co-host, Nate Stice, we talked about this before too. What am I getting my urge from? And that's video games, because I don't run much. So you see how much of a psychopath all the time. But I use this app.
You're not as bad as some other people.
But I use this app, Endel.
Okay.
And some reason, see, like right now, it's going to tell me I can't show it because we'll get fucking hit with shit. But they have these certain activities, sounds, what have you, and I do those now. That's what I do. I don't know why.
What types of activities are we talking here? Is it just like therapeutic stuff?
Tap the screen, and then it it does fucking some weird shit.
Oh, like stimulating.
Stimulating. Yeah, like if I want to calm, you do this calm, and then.
Yeah, that's like, it's distracting, but it's not brain rot.
It's not brain rot, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Like I'm due for my.
Cool, actually. Yeah.
I'm due for my 14-minute thing I got to do here. But
Give it a
that's what I started to do, kind of meditation. Fun fact for you, just to throw it out here to you too. I did used to meditate.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get back to that, because we used to do that before races. Kind of picture you run, you race, how you're going to do, and then try to put it out there. So shout out to WJ on that. But that's what I try to do. I'm trying to do now. Get back to that meditation shit, so I'm not flipping out on people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, I hear you, brother. I hear you. I guess my answer starts and ends with this right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Reading the Bible, praying. I gotta go to church more. Half the time I do, half the time I don't wake up in time. Because I'm playing until 3 a.m. with you goons on freaking video game.
Right.
Gotta get my priorities straight there. But video games as well, and I'm starting to read again. Again.
Yep.
Yeah. It stimulates the brain, makes me think a little bit, but it's not this. It's not doom scrolling.
Right.
There's good types of stimulation and bad types of stimulation. Stimulation making you think and process things, that's good. Non-processing activities, brain rot, and a name for it. That's what this is.
Yeah.
And I gave up TikTok for Lent. Haven't had the urge to get it back. I do want to follow our Buckle Up with the Boys page, and I hope y'all do as well. But at the same time, I don't mean to counter what we're doing on the TikTok page, but I don't. It's just doom scrolling for me.
And I got on there for a little bit. Yeah. Granted, hey, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I send some interesting things to people that are questionable. But I got on there, Trevor, and I don't know if it's because of my feed, but there's some shit. Like, I feel like I'm getting depressed. Like, there's something. I don't need to go into detail. I'll let the viewers' minds wander. But there's some shit that people are trying to. Like, okay, I don't like this shit. Like, I want some goofy video game, like content.
You want stupid shit. You don't want.
This study said this.
to go into the science of it a little bit, that's the algorithm at work for you. It knows exactly what you watch. It knows exactly what you interact with, and it knows what to feed you. It knows
I'm
what
a
to feed
fucking
you.
dark person then. Jesus.
Maybe you should meditate a little more.
Holy hell. I mean, I'm getting on there and I'm like, this study says blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just feel fucking sad now. Like
yeah. What I've started doing with that too, and I know this is kind of going outside the scope of the question. I downloaded this app, and maybe this will lead me to getting TikTok back, because I did enjoy it, but I do want to I don't want to be on there for 3 and 4 hours,
right.
At a given time, which it got that bad at some point.
You can get there. Oh, yeah.
I forget what this app is called. Maybe I can find it while we're talking here.
Yeah.
Or maybe actually I'll just click into one of my apps here, and it comes up. Maybe it's supposed to come up. Is it not going to come up for me? I don't think it is.
Right.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
See, that pops up on my phone.
Oh, look at this. Okay.
And I don't know how clearly you saw that. I know there was a glare, but it has I load these apps onto this app. It's called something Zen, like App Zen or something.
Okay.
I forget exactly what it's called. But basically, you can limit your usage per app opening, and I set it up with my most distracting apps. Your YouTubes, your Instagrams, your Facebooks, your social medias. Those are the easily distracted ones. So I can open up each of those 8 times per day for 15 minutes at a clip.
No shit.
I mean, you can go less times a day, less time, more times a day, more time. Whatever kind of suits your needs.
Right.
But that's social media does help me escape sometimes, but in moderation, it's better than brain rot levels of that stuff. So
right. Yeah. No.
I'm trying to find the name of this thing, because I wanted to pass it on to.
Yeah, that's all right.
Pass it on to a few other folks here. Screen Zen.
Screen Zen. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one. If you're constantly brain rot.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah. That'll be good for you. It's good to consume social media. It's good to interact with people. It's a powerful tool, and it is a good escape from the everyday. But like I said, once you get to that brain rot stage, it's consuming. It's not not entirely healthy for you.
Yeah. No, good shit, Trevor. Anything else for the folks out there?
I do want to give a shout out to my brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mr. Austin Dinsmore is currently studying. Studying at Penn State. I think something along the lines of photography. He's into the fine arts stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever side of the brain I have, he has the other.
Right.
Gave me that. He always knows exactly what nerd shit to give me, and he gave me this Venom sweatshirt that I'm wearing. Yeah. And if you recall that amazing Spider-Man sweatshirt that I've worn on the past, it's not here. It's in my closet.
Okay.
Gave me that one too, on top of all of these posters behind me. So
it's badass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to my brother. Real quick on Buckle Up with the Boys for enabling the nerd in me.
Oh. Like what you like. I mean, I hope you guys get that from this. If you like sports, cool. If you don't, that's okay. I mean, we kind of get, in the pop culture a little bit.
Slightly.
WWE, we try to. Is he doing finals? Right, we're in final.
Either that or it's the week after. I'm not.
Week after. Okay. Well, good luck to everyone.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I know it's up here, and this is the time period I'd be shitting myself.
I think they are done. I think he did them last week.
Okay.
I think it was last week.
Well,
last week or I think he's done with them. I think he's in summer now, and he's actually staying in state college, and he's working.
Good for him.
He's got to pay bills.
Hey, worked at Walmart, like I told you, and Straub's and what have you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no. Good luck to everybody, and I hope everybody did good on their finals. That's good nugget there, Trevor. I totally forgot what time period we're in this year.
Oh well, I mean, once you're out of school for as long as we are, it's just the mindset's gone, right?
There's a lot of meltdowns in the libraries. shout out to the group that was in there with me, reining me
Yeah.
back in because I try to hang out by the coffee.
Yeah.
Talk to the librarian about stupid shit. Anyways, we appreciate everybody. Oh, yeah.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. No, we appreciate
It's
everybody
time.
as always. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe out there. God bless. We'll be back next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. I know it's Thursday now, but next Tuesday at 8 o'clock at our usual time. Hopefully the weather, depending on that. I don't see any issues in the forecast, but it is fucking 5 days away. But anything else for the folks, Trevor? Or are we all good?
No, I'm good to go, brother. If you're thinking about prank calling someone, make sure it's not an NFL draftee.
Yep. But all gas, no brakes, and this was another episode of Buckle Up with the Voice with your host here, DB, and host Trevor Dinsmore.
Pleasure.